If you're using useless
This is a news scoop update here, just for those who want to get fully briefed and updated on the EU-Russia oil embargo situation. I've just posted a full analytical piece.
All right. So it's definitely going to be a choppy market today. Welcome, welcome. If you guys were here yesterday, we made over $1,000. Simple trading, kept it basic, low risk, scalped, and just took what the market gave us. If you're into trading small cap stocks, hasn't been hot for small cap stocks right now. The CPI data is definitely going to lead to a downtrend in a lot of stocks. Yesterday we had good uptrend on the QQQ on the SPY, but data came out, so we have interest rate CPI rates 8.3 versus 8.1%. So what's that going to do? That's going to continue the fear that month over month inflation is still growing, and it's spilling over. You know, the concern, the thought was that most of the inflation was connected to used cars and food, but it's spilling over. It's still rising. So the concern is so overall market big drop on the SPY, big drop on the QQQ, big drop on Tesla. Everything is down. Everything is down all over. So it's gonna be a real interesting day today. Uh, that we were hoping for a turnaround, and we're not getting that turnaround today. We're not getting that bounce today. That CPI data definitely leaving blood on the streets. All the tech stocks are going to be highly affected. Anything that's extremely DCF sensitive is going to affect the CPI data is going to affect these stocks. So we're going to play it safe, take small positions. Let me show you here. So again, this is the platform I use to journal my trades. And let's go to the calendar. So yesterday I made over 1,000, but I actually bought a bunch of I had to do like a short locate and a lot of commission fees. So I brought my earnings. You could do pre-commission, which I see 1126. But with commission made 852. But you see all the green days. And this day I tell everyone I left a trade open. Didn't know, I thought it was closed, but been consistent. Green day, green day, green day, green day, green day. So I would like to keep that trend, obviously. And because of the CPI data, I'm gonna just play it really, really safe. And that's what I did yesterday. But even playing it safe, we made over $1,000. And playing it safe for me is gonna be smaller positions, trying to find the bounce. So be about 10 minutes before the market opens. Pre-market, there hasn't been anything that I like too much. I am looking at Viru. I don't know if anyone is looking at Viru, VERU. They came out with some news. So everything is down. Bitcoin dropped below 30,000. So that's any of the stocks connected to Bitcoin is also going to get smashed. So let's look at, for example, Coin. Coin had terrible earnings yesterday, and overall crypto is down. But so look at this. Yesterday opened up at 86. Today's all the way down to 54. So that's getting hammered. So it's going to be interesting in the market. So coin is down, Bitcoin is down, overall market getting hammered. Apple 153 is main support. It broke 153. Now it's back above 153. AMD $86 was main support. It broke 86. It's now back above 86. Uh, Tesla about 790 was great support. It broke below 790. Now it's above 790. So everything dropped sharply and now it's kind of bouncing back up. But I think we're probably going to get a little sell off in the opening bell, which should open in a few minutes. And we're just going to try to scalp and make our gains little by little, build it. But I don't think there's no home run plays coming, and just grinding. So yesterday the made $1,000, and we did it with quite a lot of trades. I think I took about 8 trades, I believe, and just little gains here and there. I took a trade, made a couple hundred, took another trade, made 100, took another trade, and just kind of took small gains, and they add up. You see here, pre-commission, I made 1,126. After commission, 852. And the reason it's so high is because I did a short locate. I bought some. I paid money to look for certain stocks, but trying to keep this trend going, green day every day. It's definitely going to be a tricky market today. So Apple bounced nicely off of 152. 153 has been support for a while, and we're going to see. I think if you're going to trade, I highly suggest not trading the first 10 minutes, the first 10, 15 minutes, because uh, I think a lot of people are either going to offload their their positions because everything has dropped so much, or there's going to be an influx in purchases because everything has gotten cheaper. But you're just going to be guessing right now. So the opening 10 minutes, it looks like there's a lot of opportunity to trade, but you just don't want to guess kind of which way the market's going to go. So let's see. Where you see anybody looking at any other stocks? So I'm keeping my normal stocks on watch. The AMD, Apple, Tesla, Amazon. Amazon got smashed. Uh, I'm looking at Lucid. I'm also looking at the overall market, the SPY, the QQQ. And the only stock outside of that, I am looking at Viru.
Just seeing some country from Toyota, TNN to make EV parts in India and export to Japan and ASEAN. Just worth a reminder,
Viru's kind of holding this channel. I do have an alert set on it.
say they could have a fifth of their net profit shaved off this year due to increased costs.
CRIS. Let's see. CRIS. Not much volume right now. Had a nice uptrend. So CRIS, I can tell you right now, historically, anytime you have any stock that was trading below $1 and it breaks a dollar is one of the strongest resistance when it comes to low float or these small cap stocks. So it needs good news. Let me check my scans, see if there's any new news on Chris. So last news headline they had on May 5th, where they reported their financials. So no new catalyst. And let's see some. We've had bad earnings the last few quarters. Not profitable. Mm. Nothing. Nothing that stands out. It's a biotech stock, so you probably spend a lot of money on R&D, and I don't. So it's about 1 minute to the market opens. They've been like, this is the most biotech stocks. The way they raise money is by diluting, and they've been diluting since 2017, where they had 29 million shares in circulation. They're all the way up to 91 million shares in circulation. Uh, doesn't look like a good long-term stock. Doesn't look like a good stock to day trade unless I'm missing something. I don't see no catalyst. The only thing that it has going for it, it broke $1. And usually when these stocks that trade under $1 break $1, they usually keep going and continue to go higher. But other than that, I don't see anything right now unless some sort of news comes out. So let's see. Market's about to open. All right. Market's open now. We'll see what goes on. I got a scanner going, see if anything's moving. Let me look at Viru. I got an alert for Viru. I think Viru's dumping. So Viru's dropping. So this is possibly going to get a short. If it breaks below 905, it's probably going to downtrend for a while. You see, I had this big spike here from 813 all the way 9 something. So looking at Viru, it's probably going to get shorted. So Neo, I'll check Neo out in a minute. I did a quick short on Viru. So hopefully Niru, there we go. Viru dropping. So I am in a short position. I shorted Viru. I usually don't trade the first 10 minutes, but this thing is just weak. It doesn't have a strong headline. There was a lot of hype. So I'm just doing a quick short. See how much it dropped. I shorted with 1,000 shares. I've already sold 500, and the reason I sell a small piece because I like to have a little profit. So if it goes out of my position, then at least I'm in the green and I can hold it longer. But hey, good morning, Zia. So I am in a position. I'm shorting Viru. Okay, so I just made a quick little profit on Viru right now. Might jump back in. Viru's still dropping. There we go. There's the big drop I was waiting for. Okay, so took my first trade. I'm up a couple $100 so far. Like I said, I'm taking small, safe trades, just looking for 100 here, a couple hundred here, and just building my green. Viru's going to keep dropping. I just took a small short. I just I'm taking small shorts. I'm taking small calls. I'm taking nothing too risky because CPI data came out. Stock market is definitely hard to predict. Let me check out. Somebody requested Neo. 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 Neil's bouncing off. BWV is spiking. See BWV. BWV spiking. Neil's bouncing off the 200. Look at, so first stock that's spiking today is BWV. So this is where some traders are going to be trading right now. I'm not jumping in BWV, but this is like those momentum stocks, those warrior trading type stocks. So right now, BWV is getting some hype. So I'm just going to be watching it.
And just on the geopolitical footing here, seeing comments from Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Radikov, US Ambassador Sullivan discussed bilateral issues, and that is according to the Russian ministry.
So BWV still moving. Scary. Viru's below $1. I mean below $9. So if so BWV maybe bounce off of 576 area. Yeah, BTC is dropped below 30,000. But right now, all the hype, any of the penny stock trader guys, they're trading BWV right now. Probably going to be looking for a bounce at 576. This is not my style of trading, but I just want to let you know what everybody else is looking at. I did take a trade. I shorted Viru, and I'm up a couple hundred. But I'm taking small trades, trying to stay safe. No problem, Ali. So let's see. BWV, if it still holds, it's pulling back. Let's see if it forms a bull flag pattern. If it forms a bull flag pattern, you want to kind of see previous should drop a little bit more. Let's see. Let's see a quick pullback. There we go. There's the drop. So let's see if it gets if it finds support. It needs to find support, then consolidate for a second. So let's see. If it tests 576, if it bounces off 576, that may be a good sign. That may be a good sign for support. Let's see if 576 holds. So, okay, it's testing 576. This is the moment. If this doesn't hold, then it's probably gonna flush down a little bit. There we go. So look, so 576 didn't hold. There's the little flush. Then some people are right now getting rid of their position, and the people that were there we go. See, that's the flush.
Going back to US
So people were expecting 576 to hold. People bought stocks here. When it didn't hold, they sold their position. That's why you got a little flush all the way down to 50-50. And these people, these day traders, they go in, they'll buy 3,000 shares. It drops 20 cents. They're down, uh, 600 bucks or whatever. And that's why you have this dump. See? So, so BWV is out for now. Right now, it could go either way, and that's the problem. The majority of people don't know. That's when you're trading these small caps, if they don't have a clear trend, if there's not a clear bull flag, then it just becomes a guessing game. So I mean, this thing could spike and go to 100, or it can drop and go to 0 at this point. But right now, it's not really forming in a play in a trade where you want to get into because you have certainty. You're really just taking a guess, and you don't want to guess in the market. I don't want to give up any money. All right, so let me go to Amazon, which I always trade right now. Let me see. Another another stock people are trading right now, INDO. So let's see INDO here. Hey, no problem, Zia. So you see nothing's following through. Everything is just so risky right now. I try to I do have a small position in INDO to see if it spikes, but doesn't look like it's needs to break $15. If it doesn't break $15, then I'm gonna jump out for a small loss. But I did jump in IDO. Uh, I thought it was gonna spike up, look like a decent momentum play. Needs to get more volume. If it breaks 15, you should have a little spike. I am in INDO, waiting for a break of 15. Needs to break 15. 15 is not breaking, so it's not looking good. So if INDO does not break 15, I will jump out for a small loss. Crude is rising. Yes, crude is rising. So if you have any of the, I think USO or any of those crude oil stocks, that may be a good play. I'm just watching INDO. Was expecting a break of 15. Thought was going to get some more volume, but I may jump out for quick small loss here in INDO. Yeah, INDO is gonna be a loss for me. I'm about to jump out if it does not break 15 now. But it's not getting that volume. It had a little push. These markets are just everybody's just being cautious. We'll give it one more minute. All right. Out INDO. I thought it was gonna break 15. That was a $215 loss. So I'm down $8 for the day, which is fine. I'm keeping my losses small and also going to keep my gains small. But the market is just very, very difficult to predict right now. Um, so quick small loss on Viru. So I'm just holding off. Next trade, I just want to just wait. I need to see what the market does. And go back to Amazon. Oh, Amazon missed this spike here. Look. So I was watching INDO, and unfortunately, I missed the break of the 8, of the 9, of the 20. Broke these EMAs. Overall market's starting to spike now, so I took my first loss on INDO. I was expecting a nice little momentum play. I'm gonna check out Amazon right now. It's kind of spiking right now, so see if there's gonna be a trade opportunity on this.
Quick look at the lay of the land for the US cash open. Equities did initially open low across the board following US CPI prints, but although year-on-year inflation cooled, it was still hotter than expected, which implies inflation is not going away as fast as hoped, and the Fed will want to see more evidence that inflation is slowing. However, since then, equities have gradually pared back losses, where the S&P is now firmer by roughly 8/10 and the Nasdaq 6/10. And capital economics do note that overall,
So I'm watching Amazon.
strengthen the Fed's resolve to continue hiking rates by 50 basis points in the next couple of meetings, and could lead to renewed speculation.
So I'm down about $8 for the day so far. The market is there's not a lot of volume in Amazon, like the options. I don't know, man. Their INDO now it's breaking 15. So I got out way too early. Look at INDO now breaking 15. This is what I was waiting for. I was waiting for the break of 15. And it did break that 15. I was in position and I did get out too early, but it happens. So INDO, we had the right idea. We wanted to break 15, wanted a quick spike, but it looks like more volumes coming in. So INDO looked like the good play. It was just a little. I'm not too patient today because the markets just aren't acting like themselves. They just had the bad news. So that's. So INDO right now it's bouncing 15 is support right now. 15 is support.
Just on the Brexit fishing here, Irish Foreign Minister Convenet believes there is a landing zone for a solution regarding the Northern Ireland Protocol if the British government fully engages.
All right, so moment we see some INDO is now at still 15, but it's having trouble staying above 15. So my idea with INDO, the reason I jumped in, I saw some hype coming in. There's some it was good oil play. I thought momentum was going to go there. I still think it's possible. I mean, as long as it can stay above 15, then it may be a good play. So let me see. Amazon, if it has trouble breaking this pre-market 2210, maybe a good couple puts. So right now, let's see if bounces off this moving average. If this moving average doesn't hold, 287 may drop.
Just a bit further on the Brexit front here from Cavani says the EU would have no choice but to react to a breach of international law by Britain. Just a note here for Boeing to BA. Executive says supply chain disruptions will likely be resolved in short time and they will not disrupt overall numbers.
Need to see a drop here to see if this is going to be a good play. But Amazon needs to drop a little bit more.
Further here for Boeing, they say with China or without China, there is robust demand for the 737 MAX.
So if it drops below 2189, we should have a little flush. All right. So I just bought a put, sold a put on Amazon. So now I'm back up 256 for the day. And it's dropping even more. But what I was looking for the break of this EMA, bought a put, and you saw the quick little flush. So I'm taking small trades, keeping it safe. I want to stay green. So 256. So that made up for my INDO loss of 215. And so I'm up 256. So as I was talking to you about Amazon, I was looking at this moving average here at 2190. And you see, look, it was finding support here at 2190. And oh man, this thing's dropping even more. Look at that. So if it wasn't able to hold this 2190, I bought a put because it wasn't able to hold it. I felt like it was starting to get weaker. And then I was looking at the SPY, I was looking at the QQQ, and that was becoming weaker. And then you see the big flush once the EMA wasn't able to hold. Okay. So I'm up $256. I'm being very, very, very safe because these markets aren't normal. But look at Amazon. Let me just show you here. So Amazon, I bought my put at $59. So that's $5,900. And I definitely sold it way too early because it went all the way up to 68. So I could have sold it for 6,800, which would have been almost 900 profit. But I just don't trust the market. I mean, like Amazon was all the way down here and just in a few minutes spiked up. So usually I do hold stocks a little bit longer. I do try to get the most out of it, but these market conditions aren't what I've been used to with day trading and all that.
Swedish Match shareholder
S-
body capital says Philip Morris's 16 billion takeover bid price for Swedish Match is unacceptable.
So let's look at the calls now. So this is the 20 here, 20 moving average at 2173. It bounced off of it. And yeah, BWV, I spoke about it before. I looked at it before.
Just continuing, commenting from the phone executive says China
It had like a little bit of momentum going and just dropped. So BWV and INDO are pretty much where all the day traders are at right now. The low cap day trader, low float, low cap. Let's see.
Just go back to commenting from the US executive coordinator who says the US is increasingly troubled by steps.
Let's look at SKYH. Came up on my scanner.
Civil society.
CYN. I'll check it out in a second. Look at, so this popped up in a scanner here. So let's see. SKYH is getting some hype. SKYH. Going on, Gregory? Yeah, the market is. Let me look at CYN then. CYN dropped. Let's see where support may be on CYN. Someone called out on the crowd CYN.
Just on the energy front here, some comments from a German
So
Harvard
let's
says
see.
exports to Germany are stable.
So 462 is support right now on CYN. 462 is the support. See, it bounced off of 462 over here. Bounce 462 here. So 462. What's going on, Greg, man? Jump on, dude. So if I don't know, I'm not too familiar with CYN. Ali Juma pointed out CYN. He said that when it flushes like this, it usually recovers. So and it does look like, I mean, you see here big flush here, 462 all the way to $5. So 462 right now is the biggest support that I'm looking at. Look at right here. It tested 462. It wasn't able to break it. Here, it broke 462 temporarily, then went back under it. So 462 is major support. So if 462 isn't able to hold, Ali, next support after that would be close to 443. So it's not 462 just broke. So maybe 440 area. So if you have conviction on this stock, Ali, I would say set a limit here at 443 If it flushes and you get filled, you'll probably get a little bounce and just sell quickly. Right now, there's nothing that you should try to be holding. And most day trading strategies, if you're in a good trade, you hold and you try to ride it up. But right now, it's small scalps. That's all I've been doing the last week, this week, because the markets are so unstable. Let me see something here. RDBX was halted and it just opened from a halt. Why is it getting halted here? So there's some hype in RDBX, Redbox. Not sure why. It had some bad news, but it's like moving and getting halted. So there's hype in RDBX, a lot of movement. Looks like it's gonna halt again. So I don't know what RDBX. I think people are trading it because maybe they were trying to play like a fill the gap since it dropped so much. But yeah, RDBX looks like people are going to probably short it. Oh, BWV just broke $6. BWV broke $6. But look what's happening. Just be careful with BWV. It's having these spikes, 585 to 622, then selling off. Little spike, sell off, spike, sell off. So just be careful on these trades. You have to trade small scalps. The market is not normal, but looks like BWV there's hype. BWV is a very low float stock. And look at RDBX also moving now again. So RDBX and BWV are the two quick momentum stocks that people are trading, but be very careful. Small scalps. Right now, RDBX looks like it's gonna take most of the crowd. BWV is getting a little weak. I don't know. So the mob, the day trading mob, those the day trade mob, the momentum traders are deciding between RDBX and BWV to see what they're going to trade. I'm not in any of those trades. I took a few trades. I took a short on Viru, a put on Amazon, a loss on INDO. But RDBX looks like it's getting the majority of the crowd. It is getting some hype. But then just be careful. If you are going to take a scalp on these, jump in and jump out. I mean, these markets are very unreliable right now. But RDBX and BWV are the leaders right now.
Continuous commentary from the Boeing executive, noting that wiring connectors did rather are slowing at 737 production down.
I'm not going to trade RDBX. It's not my type of trade, but if you're going to trade RDBX, I would say possibly off of, if it bounces off support. But right now, RDBX and BWV are kind of like fighting for the crowd, fighting for the day trading crowd. If BWV spikes up and it starts getting a lot more attention, then you're going to see probably RDBX sell off, and vice versa. But I'm not in any of them. If RDBX starts to spike up, if it breaks 440, then you'll probably see BWV start to drop off as people are going to run into RDBX. But okay, so RDBX broke 440. RDBX broke 440. Now it needs to hold and stay above 440. If more volume comes in on RDBX, which has a lot of volume, then you're going to see BWV drop, and you're going to see. So see, look, there's the break. So that was the if you're a scalper, which I'm not, I was waiting for the break of 440 for this spike. So this is what the day traders do. They 440, getting 440, buy a few thousand shares, spikes up 20 cents, and you're up. You sell, jump in and jump out. That's why it has all this crazy wicks. I'm not in it. I'm just commenting on how the day trader, momentum traders would trade this. So right now, RDBX has the attention, and people are going to be looking for a nice little pullback. They're, kind of a bull flag or some sort of pattern. If it drops to around 420, 410 area, that may be a good bounce play. But RDBX is the main mover right now. Still moving. Needs to pull back right now. If you were interested in this, it's too unpredictable. But it is. Look, it's still moving. RDBX is getting the attention. It's still moving. It's probably going to halt. It's probably going to halt. Yeah, RDBX is going to halt. RDBX is halted. So I was looking for the break of 440, broke 440, and look, went all the way to 480. So that's gonna keep an eye on RDBX. So now BWV maybe he's gonna get some attention now that one stock halted. So people are gonna look somewhere else to make money. People that have some FOMO. So if it breaks 650, you might see a little spike. I may take a small scalp on it if it breaks 650. Very small scalp. Looking for the break of 650. So looking for the break of 650 and then continuation. If it doesn't break 615, 650, it needs to break 650. So let's see, if 650 doesn't break, then it's going to flush. There's the break of 650. Okay, I'm out. Took a very small scalp. Bought 900 shares, made quick $60. I just don't trust the market. I mean, I just don't trust the market at all. So I just take a quick scalp, which I'm fine with. Hey, Leslie, I'm sorry. I'll look at CVX right now. All the attention's on B. You see that?
Oh no,
I was waiting for the. I traded like the scalper. I was waiting for the break of 650, and this is the move I was waiting for. But I just don't have the patience to hold it this much because everything is just so unstable. I'm just doing little base hits. That's it. Little base hits for me, and that's what this looks like. I took a little scalp on BWV, which is came out to $60. Took a loss on INDO, so I'm up $300 for the day. But look, it's still going after it broke that 650. It's still moving. It's still moving. I just I don't have my normal tolerance and normal patience that I usually have for day trading because it's just so much uncertainty. So I'm just taking small hits, small little hits. And what time does RDBX? So RDBX halted at 10:08. So it should open up at 10:13 with 52 seconds. Okay, so I'm not trading RDBX. I traded BWV. I just did a small scalp. BWV is still moving. Oh wow. So again, I traded it. I was waiting for this break of 650. I jumped in and I jumped out on a small spike, which I'm fine with. So RDBX, it's going to open up in 52 seconds. I'm just watching RDBX. I'm not trading it. If you're in this, $5 is going to be heavy resistance. So if it doesn't break $5, you're going to see a big flush on RDBX. So just be careful if you're in that. And look at BWV. That's why I'm taking small trades. Look, it just dropped below 650. It's down to 630. That's why I'm doing small base hits. I just don't trust the market right now at all. But RDBX is probably going to break above $5. And if $5 doesn't hold, then it's going to flush hard. I mean, $5 is going to be RDBX is it's going to find a lot of resistance at $5. So I'm watching it. I'm not trading RDBX, just watching. It should open now. So it broke above $5. Let's see if $5 holds. If it doesn't hold, it's going to flush hard. So it's having trouble with $5. It's testing $5. So far, it's holding. It needs to hold above $5. If $5 doesn't hold, it's going to flush hard. I'm not trading it, just watching. It's holding. It's look. Oh wow, crazy. Look at this Oh man, this is going to be a crazy mover today. It's going to hold again. Oh my gosh. So this is what the traders were waiting. They were waiting to see if $5 can hold. It held, and look at this spike all the way to 568. Oh wow. So RDBX is halted again. And now that it's halted, there's going to be a little bit more attention again in BWV. So BWV is back above 650, needs to hold 650. People are going to have FOMO and they're going to want to probably trade BWV. So right now, I'm going to, if 650 holds, I might take a very small position to jump in BWV to see if it gets kind of the attention since people that missed the RDBX. I'm taking a small position. It needs to hold 650. If 650 doesn't hold, I'm going to jump out for a small loss, but I'm looking at BWV. I want to see it break 665 and then you should have a little spike. If 650 doesn't hold, I'm jumping out for a loss. $650 is looking weak. 650 is looking weak. All right, jumped out. jumped out for a very small loss. So I'm still up 229 for the day. I'm just not taking small losses, small gains, small losses. BWV, I just lost $26 on it, which is fine. I was seeing it may break above 650 again. But 650 is having a lot of trouble with 650. See that? So since 650 wasn't able to hold, you got this big flush, and that's why I sold out early as soon as I saw weakness at 650. So this is also a part of knowing how to day trade, is knowing how to lose. You have to know how to lose money, and that's what I did. Look at my loss on BWV, $26, because I had a plan. I was waiting for 650. I saw it broke 650 here. I jumped in, and if 650 wasn't able to hold, my plan was to get out and take a small loss. So a small loss of 26. So I'm still up 229 for the day. Okay. So back to RDBX. Just going to be watching this for a second. This is where all the attention is at. Let's see. It got halted 10:14. So at 10:19 and 39 seconds, it should unhold. And strategy for this, probably your safest bet if you want to trade this, set a buy limit at around 490. And if you get filled at 490, you'll probably get a little bounce up. So when it opens up from the halt, it's either going to flush. So I would set a limit at 490. If you don't get filled, then you don't get filled. You don't lose money. You don't make money. And if it opens up and it keeps climbing, then I mean that's just very risky to buy it at that point. You don't want to buy it, especially after the second halt. You know, it may go up a little bit more, and but it's just high risky. So it should open up soon. We'll see what it does. Either it's going to flush, and if it does flush, you know, you want to buy the dip, 490 area, $5 for a bounce off the 495, $5 area. So let's see. Let's see if it opens up. It's about to open, and we'll see what it does. Let's see if people start taking their profits. It's having trouble with 6. May flush now. It may flush now. It's going to flush. So if you are interested, I would set a limit at $5. $5. If it flushes to $5, that would be a good dip buy.
In 10 minutes' time to get the weekly IA crude data. So in terms of headline expectations, crude now seen drawing 5.457 million. Distillates a draw 1.312 and gasoline a draw 1.574. In terms of breakdowns, the crude that's expected at a
so look at the flush.
1.57. Prior that was a build of 1.302. Probably prior from its release, and last night's privates they went a build of 1.6 million. Distillates they're expected to draw by 1.312 million. Prior was a draw of 2.344.
All right, so now it's halted on the way down. Halted on the way down. So now
Cushing that previously came in at a build of 1.379 million, private a build of 0.1. Final utilization that's seen at 0.3% from the previous negative 0.19. And production that previously stood at 7.9 million.
All right, let's look at CVX. Oh, CVX. CVX had a nice uptrend. You see CVX, once it broke the 20 and the 9 moving average here, had a nice uptrend. Let's see. Let me
Notes that though longer term they are looking into options for the balance sheet.
CVX, I do. CVX is interesting. I mean, so CVX right now, it's you took a call option on CVX. So CVX is moving because crude oil news. So CVX is sensitive to crude oil news. So that's why you're seeing this nice spike because of the crude oil. If you do have a call option, you definitely made a good play. But you know, like it's let's see. I don't know what your target is.
Back to Boeing stating that they
So BWV is still moving. Wow. All right, so CVX looks good. It looks like there's some resistance here at 166.27, but if that breaks, potentially can have like a nice slow grind to 167. And as long as there's positive news with crude and all that, I think you took a good option. I don't know what your entry was, but it looks like a decent play, good crude oil sympathy play. And just have a price target, but if it breaks 166, then 167 would be the next resistance. And if that breaks over time, then you should probably consider taking profit close to the 170 area as long as it keeps grinding up and nothing major changes. But if it does cross these moving averages, you see here, like when these moving averages crossed, along with the crude oil news, Juan moves markets. Yeah, BWV, man. I took a small scalp on it. I took a quick loss. You at work, Sean? So BWV, I took a small trade, was waiting for the break of 650. Uh, let's look at what RDBX is going to do. So RDBX, if anybody's going to day trade it, you want to maybe set a buy limit for like maybe 450 or something. I would say 450. 450 dip buy. But I'm not trading it because it's very risky. But if you're able, I would set a call limit around 480, 470. Maybe you get filled and it'll be a bounce. If that's your strategy. let's see. You want to see a flush, you get filled in your buy limit, and then you just want to see a quick bounce and sell out. That's what some day traders are going to do. Okay, so RDBX, it's still going to stay halted. So stocks, when they hold for 5-minute increments. So after 5 minutes, if it doesn't open up, then you got to look at the 10-minute mark. So BWV, it's been just trading above 650. 650 doesn't hold, it flushes down, then it breaks 650 and it has a small spike. Again, so just wait, just looking at these low cap stocks. Right now, the overall market's trending back up. It's recovering some of its losses. So if there starts to have some, if there's some weakness in the market later today, I may look to buy a put in Amazon. But right now, I'm looking at BWV, just kind of watching it. Again, it broke 650. But right now, major resistance is 667, 674, and the strongest support, if you want to do a dip buy right now, I would say 635. So this is the channel here. Uh, right now, it's just deciding if it's going to be a move. It flushes down when there's weakness. So it needs to break 667, and there needs to be an increase in volume if you want to scalp this. So if you're interested, if you want to dip buy, set a buy limit here at 630, see if you get filled. And if you're going to be a high riskier trader and you want to buy the breakout, if you want to do a breakout trade, which I don't really do too many breakout trades, you need to see a break 665, but you also want to make sure that there's a volume increase. You see here, there's just not enough volume as it breaks. So you want to see higher volume and break of the 667. If you're a dip buyer, then you want to set a limit here at 635. If you get filled for just a quick bounce. So look, it's dropping. It's about to drop to 635. So it dropped 635. You would have gotten filled here. And let's see. See if it holds. See, right now at this point, you probably would have sold small position. 635 doesn't look like it's going to hold. If 635 doesn't hold, then this thing's going to drop even more. But right now, there's people that dip bought 635. And let's see, look, that's the quick little bounce that you make. I mean, that's 10 cents. That's how you make a couple $100. You dip buy a couple thousand shares. I didn't do it. I was just commenting on it. So there's the reversal off the 635. So RDBX is open. So look at here. Look at the perfect bounce off the 635, like I mentioned here. I didn't take this trade, but that was a perfect bounce off 635, and now look at 650. Would have been a perfect bounce play. So that was the opportunity. I didn't take it. I just because if in normal market conditions, I would have set a limit at 635 here. And look, gotten filled up 20 cents. If you 2,000 shares, you're up $400 right now. But I just don't have the same trust in the market, so I'm being extra safe. So now look at this. Now it's getting a lot more momentum. So the breakout trader, I'm not trading the breakout for sure, but breakout, if you want to be the breakout trader, you want to see a break of 668, but you want to see an increase in volume. If it breaks 668, but there's not enough volume, then I wouldn't trade it. But so now is it going to bounce a second time off 635? It's a lot riskier when you try to do it twice. So 635 may not hold this time. So don't try to do it twice. It's a lot riskier when you try to do the bounce play twice. What's going on, Tom? Yeah, I've been day trading every day here. Go over. It's been the calendar, day trading every day. Thanks, man. Made 2,500 on Monday, 1,200 on Tuesday, 741 on Wednesday, 1792 Thursday. Took a big loss on Friday, 2130 Monday, 852 yesterday. And so far today, we're up $229, and we're trying to add to that right now. So the BWV is still holding. Yeah, the one bad day. So I told everybody this day here, I thought I closed the trade actually, and I left my computer, and my trade was still open. I showed that this was a big mistake, man. I thought I was out of a trade. I was in an Amazon call, and when I came back to the computer, it was still open. So yeah, that really messed up my equity curve on the 50,000 challenge. So equity curve here was up, had a little drop, but now it's coming back up. So this is the oil play. So any of the oil sympathy stocks that, move, stocks that move with the oil play, you may want to look at those. So BWV is still kind of trading in between this channel. So right now the bears and the bulls are trying to decide which way the stock's going to fall. So no problem, Leslie. So again, if you're interested in this, if it breaks below 635, then the bears are win. The people shorting are going to take over this, and it's probably going to come down to back to the 550 area. And if you're looking for a breakout, which that's not my style of trading, it's very high risky, especially in this market, 667 with volume. But I'm going to wait to see what this does, to see if 635 holds. If 635 holds, then it may be good another opportunity for a little bounce play. So again, it's in a channel. It's been in a channel. A lot of attention left RDX. RDX is dropping. If it drops below 5, it's going to flush again. People are deciding, is BWV going to be a play here? This stock is starting to move. What's going on? IPO. It's a new IPO. So this just released. This is IPO stock. Very risky though. It went from $2 to 612 high. So again, BWV is just having so much trouble with that 650 area. Looks like the SPY is recovering a lot of its losses that it had pre-market from the CPI data. So BWV is starting to uptrend again. Need to see an increase in volume. You want to see break 667 with volume. I may take a small play here. Want to see a break 67. Want to see more volume come in. Next, I want to see the break of 675. Okay. So took a quick scalp on that. Didn't break the 675 strong enough, so I got out. Very small gain on that because it didn't break 675. So you see here, this is why we set these support and these resistance. I said I was waiting for the break of 667. I wanted more volume, and there was a big volume spike, but now it needs to break 675 with volume. So you see here, it broke 675, then dropped below it. It didn't break. There's not enough volume. So look at this PANW. So you see that? Look at this. That's why I'm jumping in and jumping out, because the market's not acting normally. All right, so let me look up PANW. So PAW.
From the head of Ukraine's gas transit operator says that they are always committed to ensuring transit even in extraordinary situations.
Okay, so PANW, it's right now it's trading above the VWAP and right below a couple EMAs. So it needs to stay above 492.62 and with potential of 500 area. Yeah, Palo Alto is it's a good company regardless though. So day trading wise, doesn't look like there's big opportunity for day trade. But if 492 doesn't hold, if the overall market it's trending with the overall market, the SPY and the QQ are up. If the QQQ starts to turn around and starts to flush a little bit, then you may, if you want to day trade this, I would say buying some puts. So once it breaks 492, then potentially it'll come down. It has room to come down quite a bit. Yeah, we missed it for sure. We missed the uptrend, but there's potential to buy some puts on this. I'll be honest with you. If you want to day trade this right now, if 492 doesn't hold, like buying a few puts right now, and I don't know how liquid it is on options because I've never traded this. But if 492 breaks, and if the overall market, the QQQ starts to drop, then those puts are gonna make you some money. But let me look at a firm. Also, a firm, yeah, that's a nice bounce play. Oh yeah, firms that are all-time lows. Okay, so yeah, so a firm. It's trading above its moving averages. If you're gonna buy, if you're already in it, I would say as long as this trend line holds, then you're good. If this trend line breaks, then you wanna get out for if you're day trading this.
Further from Ukraine's transit operator says daily capacity of the Suza station, that's 244 million cubic meters a day. Current capacity booked by Gazprom.
So it is on a nice little uptrend. If you do want to buy it, as long as this uptrend holds.
Of note for Microsoft, Quincy Dowsex user reports do indicate that Office 365 is experiencing a problem.
So as long as the overall market is up, it's following also the market. As long as the overall market is up, and the QQQ and the Spire keep going up, then you just hold this trend if you're day trading it. If this trend breaks, if the overall market starts to break, then you know, take your profit. So BWV is looking, it's actually looking a little bit interesting. It's making higher lows. It's making higher lows. If those higher lows continue to hold, then that means that the bulls are winning. So I'm gonna keep an eye on it. If you see here, this low here, this second low here is higher. This low here is higher. So as long as these lows keep staying higher, um, beard sniping. That's right. Get the beard, man. Oh, look at this. That's why we do trend lines. The trend line didn't hold, then it flushes. Look at this. Look at flush. People are tired. The bears won. Out. That's it. See that? So that's why I'm taking small trades. That's why I'm watching. I'm being safe. So that's done. Put a fork in it. All right. So let me look at a firm again. Oh, okay. So if this everything is flushing, that means the overall markets are going down right now. A firm look, again, I told you that break the trend, broke the trend, starts to flush. Let me see Amazon. See if there's going to be a trade opportunity here. Broke the VWAP. Kind of may have missed it. So let's see if we're going to start going on a downtrend. Let's see if Amazon, let me see, overall market starting to fall a little bit. May try to get a quick little put in Amazon. Let's see if there's opportunity here. I don't want to chase it. So it is getting weaker though. Let's see, 64, 63, 20. Maybe I'll put a limit order for 63.20 on puts. Let's see if we get a quick spike so I get filled and then just try to bounce. So I want to see Amazon quickly spike up real quick so my order can get filled. It's pending right now. And then a flush after that for the bounce. Now, the risk is if it does spike up and I get filled and it continues to spike, then as with the put, if it's going up the price, then you lose money and you need to take your loss quickly. So let's see. It did hit 63.20. I didn't get filled yet. Didn't get filled at 63.20 yet.
Just back to that transit operator from Ukraine, stating that Russia did close 2 valves in its network on occupied Ukrainian territory. This did occur on Wednesday.
Not getting filled at 63.20. It's touching 63.20. It's tapping it. SPX curving up. So if it's curving up, maybe get a quick fill. So I didn't get filled. Didn't get filled, but was hoping to get filled. Now it's coming back down, I guess. Look at that. So I was trying to get filled at 63.20. Didn't get filled. I'm about to cancel my orders if it keeps going down. Maybe don't want to chase it. But I think the overall market looks like it's coming down, so
And again, just back to that naphtha gas head, stating there were discrepancies between expected and actual gas flows from Russia. Gazprom being told that Ukraine could not take responsibility for entry points within occupied territory.
all right. Didn't get filled in any of my orders yet. Okay, I got filled. I got filled in my 63.50 orders. Oh, got filled all 4 now. Okay. So let's see. 65.50. Sell 2 at 65.50. So I want to see a little flush. If not, it's gonna. If it keeps going up, Amazon, then all right. So let's see if I get filled. I need to just a quick little flush down so my orders can get filled that I set to sell. Looks like the QQQ is going down a little. I am down. Let's see what the QQQ is doing here.
And the gas transit system head making clear that they will approve nominations from Gazprom which are in excess of the current agreed transit volume.
So I am down on this right now. I am down.
They've not increased for now.
But
This has come in spite of a decrease.
Looks like the
in
SPY
spot
QQQ is coming down, so we need to see if it overall comes down.
Just on this, it's worth noting the Ukrainian operator has suggested that gas could be rerouted via another entry point, namely Sudza. The Gazprom reports
Still continuing to spike, so still down.
have previously suggested that their gas supplies they do remain undisturbed at this point in time. Again, just on this point, around an hour and a half ago, we did publish an analysis piece on the EU-Russian oil embargo, just contain a bit of commentary on the Russian gas holds as well.
Need to see a nice little flush, but it's kind of holding, so needed to come down. I got orders pending, 2 orders pending to sell. Got 2 orders pending to sell. Hopefully it get filled here if it drops a little bit more. Let's see if I get filled. Okay, orders closed. Here we go. There we go. All right. Look at that. My 4 puts, $1,000. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. $1,000 on those puts that I just bought. All right. I was down 400 on the trade and was waiting, patient, and made a quick 1,000 on that play right now. Quick 1,000. There we go. And look at this, it's still dropping. So that was it. That was a simple, easy trade. I saw like there's weakness in the let me talk about the strategy here. Weakness in the overall market. You see these highs, the highs are getting lower, right? So it's making lower highs. So here it spiked up, came down, spiked up, came down, spiked up, came down, spiked up, came down, flushed. Then on this little uptrend, that's when I set my limit to buy. So like right now, like say if I wanted to buy it at 60, they're selling at 65. I would put a limit at 63 something. And I'm hoping that it spikes up so I get filled. Once it spikes up and I get filled, then I'm in good position. And looks like a good day to go to the beach. Yeah, man, look at this. So once I got filled, that's why I minimize my risk. I mitigate my risk. So right now there's people that'll mark it in, right? Because they see this thing coming out. If you mark it in, your entry is this high price, 67.15. So now you have way more to go to make profit. I'd go here. I go, okay, this is trading at 63.15. I'm going to set a buy limit at 62. And I waited. On this little spike here, I got filled when it dropped. So because I waited and I got filled, now I have good entry. And as it continued to, so I got in around here, and my call was like at 63 something. And then when it spiked up here, I was down 500, which was fine. I was still thinking it's going to come down a little. So now, because we're on a downtrend, so I'm expecting a downtrend. So I patiently set my limits to buy. Then I set my limits to sell. And on this downtrend, this little spike, it got filled in here. And that led to a quick $1,000 in about a 5-minute trade. So I'm up 1,000 for the day. And now I'm definitely just going to take even smaller trades and just try to add a little bit more to it. But probably my first loss or 11 a.m., I'll be done for the day. But this is just like yesterday. I did this yesterday. I showed you guys yesterday. Pre-commission made 1126 yesterday. Simple trades. Today's going to be another green day, another $1,000 day. So if I'm hoping if I keep this trend up by the second week of June, I'll be done with my $50,000 challenge, which is growing my $50,000 account by 50% within 3 months. If I do it in June, then I would have done it in half the time. I'm hoping in the mid-June, and that's a 50% return on a $50,000 account. So that was great. Look at this, and it's continuing to come down. Let's see where the trades are at now. So look at this. So on a normal market, I would have killed this even more, but I'm not holding it on a normal market. Look, now it's trading. I sold it for 65, meaning 6,500, but I left. I could have sold it for 70 if I would have waited. So, but it's fine. I'm okay. I mean, I'm not gonna be upset about $1,000. So I bought it at 63, sold it at 65. So imagine I was able to sell it here at 69. Then this easily would have been a $4,000 or $5,000 play. But which is fine. So my plan is the small scalps, because if I take a loss now, if I take a small loss, it's a loss on profit that I made. It's a loss on profit that I made, as opposed to taking a loss on my invested capital. So, all right, that's definitely good. So it's not super easy, but you just have to be disciplined. Like I said, this trade looked easy, but at one point this was negative $500. I was down $500. I didn't sell. I didn't panic, because I felt like we were still, look at this downtrend. It's clear to me that it's on a downtrend. It spiked up, came down, spiked up, came down, spiked up, came down. And then I had confidence because the overall market, the SPY, the QQQ are also coming down. So it helped me stay in the trade and make this quick $1,000. So you just saw a quick $1,000 scalp. I'm doing all this live. That trade, any of my losses, I've showed my one loss that I had. I made I think on INDO, lost 200 and something dollars because I was waiting for the break of 15. I like to be really clear. I like to explain to you what's going on in my mind. This is honestly like, I've taken every day trading course that you can think of. I've worked with other day traders, other major day traders, and this is what they try to teach. So the whole thing is the psychology of it. I understood the market is downtrending. I understood that the Amazon was spiking up, came down, spiked up again. When it spiked up the second time, it wasn't higher than the first one. Then it came down and it spiked up a third time. And when it spiked up the third time, it wasn't higher than the second one or the first one. So it's making lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. So it's on an obvious downtrend. So since it's on a downtrend, I'm having confidence buying a put. And I'm looking at the overall market, and I see the overall market is coming down. So I said, okay, I want to take advantage when it does one of its little spikes. That's why I set that limit so low. People are looking at like, okay, the limit is selling at $66 and I put mine at 64, and some people, the mentality is, I'm not going to get filled, so let me just mark it in. My thing is, I'm setting it $2 below the limit. If it drops and I get filled, now I have a little bit more room for error, as opposed to marketing in, buying it high and trying to sell it higher. That's a lot more difficult. It's like if we're having a race, I have a 2 mile head start because the bid is 65. I'm setting at 63. If it takes off without me, which I've shown here, sometimes it takes off without me, then I don't get filled. I don't make money and I don't lose money. But now if it drops like it did here in the Amazon, it drops and I get filled. Now I'm expecting the downtrend to continue. So even if it continue to climb a little bit, double backup. Yeah, absolutely. It's double backup. So look at this. So my thesis that we are in a downtrend. Look at Amazon. It's still coming down. Now, I don't like to do this, but I just want to show you about the potential. I don't like to do like, if I would have held, look how much I would have made. But if I would have held, look, I could have, I sold it for 65.50, and selling it at 65.50 gave me a profit of $1,000. So imagine if I would have sold it for 69.60. That's $4 more above the 65.50, which is fine. Psychology, of course, I'm not saying like 100%. I don't have a little bit of like regret and FOMO, but I'm strong enough to overcome that. Let me switch here. This deserves a look at the camera view here. So I want you to understand the psychology, right? Am I human? Do I look at that and I say, man, I wish I would have held. If I would have held, I would have made $8,000. I'm human. Yeah, I have a little bit of that, maybe 10% of my I feel it. It does hurt a little bit, obviously, but I'm matured and seasoned enough to not let it make me make a bad decision and say, next time I'm gonna jump in. And let me mute this news. Hold on, I'm sorry. So yeah, psychology is all. I'm trying to, the reason I wanted to do this, because I want you to see everything that I'm thinking, everything that I'm doing when I'm in a trade, past regrets, because what I'm speaking from right now, you're seeing a result of what took 8 years. They say that in order to master something, it needs 10,000 hours. Well, I've done 10,000 hours in day trading, and my first few years, I've lost thousands of thousands. I mean, probably over 30, 40, $50,000 the first few years. I lost a lot of money in the beginning, and I lost a lot of money, and I try to follow all these gurus, and, we've put together day trading plans and all that stuff with all these gurus. And one thing I noticed trading with these gurus and these platforms that have hundreds of people that are paying hundreds of dollars a month, these gurus are collecting 50, 60, $80,000 a month in subscriptions. And there's no hate. I love it. That's for them. But the majority of the people that are paying for that are losing money because I've worked with them. So here, this right here, you get to see the mindset. You get to see what I was thinking. And it's priceless. This, you get to, like, I'm not saying to trade like me, but you have to have that mentality, though. You have to have a plan, because I mentioned before, I said, look, this is what the breakout traders are doing. When I was showing GWV and Redbox, I showed you that, and I showed you how the breakout traders trade that trade. And I tried a breakout trade. I think I took a loss on one of the stocks, and I made a small little gain on the other one. But I told you, breakout trading is not my specialty. I'm not as good, but there was nothing going on, and I just wanted to do it also as a lesson. I want you to see, hey, look, this is what breakout trading is. Maybe you're able to breakout trade super easily, and it's what works with you. At the end of the day, you have to be able to look at this stuff at real time, because it's one thing to Monday quarterback it. Monday quarterback it is, look, let me show you a video on how to make money, and you should have entered here, you should have entered there. But real time, real seconds, real minutes, actually seeing it is a whole different ball game. So you have to figure out what day trading strategy works for you. Then you have to make sure that you can anticipate and look at the charts and say, oh, this is it's forming that strategy, and then wait for the strategy to come to you. On the Amazon play, I set a call limit to buy it at 65.50. It was at 68. And it looked like for a second that I missed it. It spiked up to 70. And I was fine. I was like, okay, if I missed it, I missed it. I can live with that. But then it spiked back down. I got filled and it kept dropping. I was down 500. I didn't panic. I didn't say, you know what, let me take my 500. If I would have lost, I would have lost. I was, for a split second too. I mean, like, and I don't know if this is because I'm trading in front of people. I was like, oh, I don't want to show no big red. I'm just letting you know I thought about that for a second, but then, I erased it. I was like, look, I have a plan. I know we're a downtrend. Let me just wait and hold. But I just want you to understand what goes on in the head of a trader. If I was, if it would be, I would be lying if I would say, no, I was 100% confident. I had a little bit of doubt. I did for a second want to jump out and take a quick $400 or $500 loss because I was down $400 or $500, and I didn't want that to double to 1,000. And now I got to show you guys, hey, look, I lost $1,000, and you guys are going to think I'm a horrible trader. Those thoughts did cross my mind, but my experience kicked back in, and I said, no, we are in a downtrend. Just hold. If you take a loss, you take a loss. And the overall market's trending down. They're making lower highs. Just hold. And I held, and that's how I made that. I went from negative 500 to 1,000. So that's how that works. So that was just a quick lesson on that. Let's go back and look at what's going on. Overall market is slowing down a little bit. Everything's on a downtrend. Again, so I'm coming close to an end if I don't see anything else. If I take one more trade, I don't want to risk much. But let's see. There may be a call opportunity here. I may do one attempt. It looks like Amazon found some support. It looks like the overall markets are trending up. Yeah, Samir. Trust me, man. I've been there, bro. I've been there so much. ATVI. So, I'll check out ATVI, but the overall market looks like it's finding some support right now. So there may be a call opportunity. ATVI. Yeah, ATVI looks nice. That's a nice chart. Yeah, just a little spike. But we missed the spike up here, but this is like the other ones that we've seen, Affirm, the other ones. And I would say this is, trending with the market, but it's starting to form this channel here. Yeah. If you want to jump in this, if it can come back down to the 77.64 and you can get that dip by there, and as long as that channel holds, so 77.64, you see maybe jump in with 1,000 shares. And I would say stop loss around 20 cents with the potential of making 50 cents. But let me go back to Amazon here. Let me see. Do I think what's going up? The QQQ. Oh, let me see. Yeah, QQQ. I don't know. I'm just kind of looking like a really, really intraday focus. My I do long-term stuff. I mean, obviously I look at long-term stuff, and I mean, my background, I go to school for financing, so I do look at long-term, but right now my focus is day trade. So anything I say right now about a stock, about a company, it's with the mentality of a day trader. There's another platform for thinking long-term, looking at financials. So when I say I think QQQ is finding support, I'm just looking at it as a temporary thing. If it found support, then I want to look at some calls. But right now, QQQ found support, but it's not holding, and it looks like it's coming back down. So that means Amazon's going to come back down. If you should cut your losses on on QQQ? Where was your entry and stuff? So you have to be able to understand what the market's doing. So like right now, I'm taking small little hits, small little base hits, because we're not in a super bullish market right now. Um, so if you got into the QQQ, I don't know what your plan was, but right now it's flushing down. Right now it's not holding at all. And if 298.67 doesn't hold, it's gonna maybe flush down to this 297.90 area before you get a little bounce. The VIX, let me check out the VIX here. Yeah, look at the VIX. So the VIX is starting to go up. QQQ is coming down. So look at the markets coming right back down, man. So I don't want to the puts are tempting right now, but it's too risky right now. But everything looks like it's coming down right now again. Let's see. So yeah, big F. F like Ford or like the bad word? I don't know if when you say F, are you talking about ticker symbol F or you're saying the bad word F? So let's see. The bad word. I thought you were talking about ticker symbol F for Ford. All right, let's see. Amazon. I don't know. I don't know what it's doing. It looks like everything is getting weaker. Tempted to buy a put because I feel like there's going to be a big flush in the next second. I might just do one. I'm going to do, let me see, 66. I'm going to buy a put. Let's say 66. So let's say I get filled. So let's see, or maybe let's see, 66. Let's say 66.50. I'm going to buy a put there. I don't know if doesn't look like I may miss it. I feel like there's gonna be like everything looks like it's just getting weaker and weaker. So I don't know. I think there's gonna be a big flush later on. I would like to have one put if that happens, but I don't want to pay 68 for it. I wouldn't mind paying 66.50 for it, and that way that'll mitigate my losses if the market trends upwards after that. But I don't know if I'm gonna get filled. Let me see.
prices is to create a cartel of consumers or to persuade OPEC to.
It's at 66.90. $66.50. Let's see if I get filled. It's at 66.50. Needed to spike up a little bit more to get filled. Okay, I'm filled. Okay, so now I'm in. Now we want to see overall market trend down. It does look like the overall markets are starting to trend upwards now. So let's see, maybe
For Tesla, just a piece in the Global Times, noting that Tesla's Shanghai unit has exported its first batch of EVs after work resumption. The first batch of EVs from Tesla's Shanghai Gigafactory were shipped off on Wednesday after production resumed on April 19th.
I sold one option. Let's see. All right, so I had two options. I sold one. Now the other one, I'm just gonna hold it. So that I sold the first one as security, like to just like mitigate risk. I sold it and just to have a little bit more green, a little bit more profit, so that if it doesn't trend my way, then I can take a loss. But now I'm gonna hold the other one for a little bit because I'm expecting a nice little flush, which should give me a nice little profit. The high was 92. Um, so we'll see. Now I want to see overall weakness in the market. Let's see QQQ. If 299 doesn't hold, that'll be great. And I want to see Amazon drop below 2159, and that'll be a great sign that my thesis is going to work here. So 2160 drops below 2160, then a drop below 2158, then we're on the right track if that happens. And now if I take a loss on this second one, I'm fine because I sold the first one already for a little profit. So I have a little bit of credit, a little bit of wiggle room to hold it more long term. So I need a QQQ to break 299. I need Amazon to drop below 2160 and just flush out. Okay, so QQQ is about to test 299. So let's see. It's below 299. Now we need to see the Amazon follow. Amazon's going down a little. Keeps going down, spiking up. But I want to see Amazon spike below. So see higher, lower high, lower high, lower high. So my exit, if it starts spiking up crazy up to 2170, close to that area, then I'll take a loss on it. But right now it's kind of deciding as long as it stays below 2167, then I'll be in good order. It is reversing though. So I may have to take a quick loss on that. So I had a quick spike. Hopefully it flushes back down after that. It wasn't able to break 2170. If it breaks 2170, then I'm definitely going to have to sell it for a loss. But we'll see. It needs to flush out right now. I may get out because it's getting a little bit volatile. So we'll see here. I may jump out now. I have to see what it does.
Based on a lot of recent commentary from ECB officials, many have been indicating a start to the rate hike cycle in July.
The overall market's coming down hard. The QQQ is coming down, or it's spiking back up above 299. So the QQQ is reversing. So I may just jump out right now. Amazon, let's see, 60.
In terms of some recent commentary from officials, did hear from Villeroy, who did state it is possible to raise rates into positive territory by year end. Meanwhile, Ren as well was calling for the ECB to rates to move to 0% relatively quickly.
Yeah, overall markets are turning around. All right, I'm out. Oh, hold on. Actually, I bought a put by mistake. I was trying to sell one.
And also Muller have been calling for potential 25 basis point increment moves.
That was a mistake. I was trying to sell a put, and I actually bought it. So that mistake cost quite a bit. Led me to lose the gains from the Amazon gain. So I gave back the gains. I was trying to get out of the put, and I bought another one by mistake instead of selling it. Yeah, so I had one put in there, and I was trying to sell it, and I hit buy by mistake. I kind of went backwards with the call put, and that led to bigger loss, but it happens. So that pretty much gave back the Amazon gain that I made, gave it back. So right now, market's trending back up. See, it broke this higher low. So that's why I wanted to get out of the trade with the one put. Would have still been green. because I had two initially, and the first one was green. But the overall market looks like it's turning around now. QQQ's up, SPY's up, everything's up right now. Yeah, yeah, no, it's you're right, man. I was trying to do a lesson and it happens. It's all right. It's cool. Look at Viru. No, I agree with you. I agree with you. I may be over trading. And right now it's like you mentality wise, you're like, okay, you made that mistake and you want to get the money back, but you're definitely right, man. Maybe I'm over trading here. So just may look a little bit more, may and then call it a day here. Yeah, no, I agree with you. 76. So it looks like the QQQ is recovering.
For DDDIDI. According to reports in The Guardian, the Chinese taxi app has shelved its plans for major overseas expansion, according to The Guardian.
Looks like the markets are recovering. That's good. Markets coming back up. If Amazon is able to break this 2174, you could expect a nice little spike up to 2177 if you are bullish on it.
After market European earnings, Heidelberg Cement.
Percentage. I usually do like try to do like a 1 to 2 ratio. So if I'm risking 100 to make 200, so 1 to 2 ratio is my general rule of thumb. On this last trade, the loss was actually a button mistake. I showed you there. I was trying to sell a put and I hit buy. A firm is back at the day bottom.
And its current operations before depreciation and amortization was at 394 million euros, which is down 26.9%.
So now the looks like the markets are coming back down again. I'll check out a firm in a second. So you broke this trend, came back up. All right. I don't see nothing much. I think I'm going to call it a day. Zero for the day. So had that last button mistake that wiped out the gains, but it's a part of the lessons. It's a result happens to everybody. You're in a put, you have to sell it, not buy it. And that's it. I'll probably jump on tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you.